voted on where to put the children. I mean, if you read it, I mean, I brought it with me.
It's not what you read.
Kelly, we keep going over this and over it and over it, and we keep saying the same thing, and I think we need to wait and hear from the attorney, because we're not getting anywhere.
And the attorney's gonna say what?
I don't know what he's gonna
Okay,
say.
well, this is what I'm gonna say to you. There's Joe and me on the board, and there's Steve and Larry, and there's you, Rhonda and Steve. And you're gonna say that you, Rhonda and Steve, thought that when Rhonda made a motion to put the 5th and 6th graders down there, to hold it to wait for SED approval until the completion of the spring of 2013. That's the wording in our minutes.
Well, I don't interpret it that way.
You
It was
don't
something about,
interpret-
it was something about windows, I don't know, I don't have that document with me, but this is insane. We keep going over it.
This is
over and
insane that
over.
we don't know what we did.
No, it's insane we keep talking about the same thing.
It's insane because we don't have an answer.
Can we Skype for the next meeting?
This is not what this.
I'll be in here.
Can we Skype?
I'll be in here.
Well, I thought maybe
Oh,
if
with
she
Kelly?
watched
Yeah.
that portion of the meeting via Skype.
They said back then, at our NISBA training, they said you can call and Skype anytime.
The facilities committee and Mr. Johnson provided an update from the facilities meeting June 18th. Mrs. Strauss stated SED has not approved the reconstruction and the estimated start date would be in September. Since this is not feasible, she would like to move 5 and 6 to elementary for a UPK to 6. This would give the committee time to review the best plan for the students in conjunction with the building level teams. If the decision was to move to the middle school and SED approved the plan, they could do the work throughout the year with no more disruptions to the students. Mr. Kaminsky and Mr. Johnson asked Mr. Johnson if this would cost more with the suggested reconfiguration of the elementary school. Mr. Johnson stated it would not cost more, it would prove more savings, yada yada. The district office, business office, special office would be relocated to the middle school and work in the nurse station would keep on, the business office keep on. This could be done during the winter break with occupancy for the spring of 2013. That was the conversation we had. The resolution then said, the Board of Education approved the HOL will remain open for students in UPK to 6. Middle school will be used for district, business, and special education for the 2012-13 year. And all reconstruction of the middle school will be on hold. The district may proceed with the reconstruction of the middle school and then the reconstruction of the high school fitness, pending approval from SED and further direction from the Board of Education. That was our vote. That was not a vote to close the school.
And it was pending SCD approval. You never got the approval. It never came through.
Well, according to our architects at that time, that was a very general scope that we could do the work on the project. It was sent down.
You're talking about making
Elementary rooms.
kindergarten rooms over, right, bathrooms. So we actually did the contract drawings for it, specs, and just before we were ready to send them down to the state, you guys came back and said, no, we're not gonna proceed with that work. So we didn't send them down.
So
We developed them.
Right, they were developed,
Right.
and they would have fit into the scope of the project that we currently have. So if we would have sent them down to SED, would they approve? We don't know, it's a guessing game, we assume that they would have gotten approval, it was part of the original scope. So this is the original June 2012 meeting that we had. And then November 1st, I mean, the SED beds were all sent out, I understand Linda's whole thing that they had to be done, I'm not questioning that. But then the letter from Sylvia is dated November 1st. The Holland School Board of Education approved the closure of the middle school for students effective July 1st, 2012, and has renamed the high school, the junior senior high school, in incorporation of the building. Where did we go?
We no longer have a middle school. There is no longer a group of 5 to 8. It no longer exists. So whoever you put in that building, if you're allowed to, it needs to be renamed an elementary school, and it needs to be made fit for an elementary group of kids. Our elementary now covers UPK to 6. We have junior, senior high school, 7 to 12. When the board went through these motions, they abolished 5 to 8. The middle school it's gone as far as a 3-building configuration. It doesn't exist. It's not on the beds anymore.
And it can be moved back.
But you have to move it back as an elementary school. You don't just go willy-nilly that, okay, we abolished a 5 to 8 middle school setting, and now, we didn't understand what we did, and now we're gonna put 5 and 6 in the middle school, and now you gotta explain to yourself, we got a little confused, and now we're not gonna be a UPK to 6 elementary school, and we're gonna have a part of a middle school, and go through that whole big process of.
The point of this is that Sylvia closed our school to the SED without board approval. This is my concern. We did not vote to close the school. We voted to put our kids UPK to 6 in that building. That's what we voted on. That's the second vote, the third vote, fourth vote. I mean, there's all different ones. Originally one was UPK 2 and 2 to 6. We all know this. That's what the board voted, 5 to 2. That's what they wanted to have. And then Steve Merrim changed his mind, so it was a 4 to 3. And then you got Mr. Mockery coming in telling us put them all down there. So we listened to our principals and did what he asked us to do. We'll go do that way. We voted it. That was what the board voted. That was a board vote how we did. There was no board vote to shut the elementary at that time. There's no wording say we were closing the elementary either. So,
But you also lost 9 BOCES classrooms. That was part of why you gotta go here, no wait, there's new information, now we fit here. 9 classrooms is a lot of space. It's the whole addition, it's more than the whole wing. There's 6 classrooms in that addition, that wing. We've had 9 BOCES classrooms, run it out. They're
the
behind.
point I'm trying to make is the building closed? Prove it's closed, let's move on.
That's
I'm
what
saying she didn't
That's
have.
what we're
Yeah,
waiting to hear.
right. But we're gonna wait for a lawyer to tell us whether or not he thinks
Well,
this is
Kelly,
a.
that's what you wanted. At
To
the
ask a
last
lawyer,
meeting.
yes,
Yeah.
I asked a lawyer, so it's been 2 weeks and I've waited and we heard nothing back from our lawyer. So I called the SED lawyer that we're all entitled to call, every one of you can call. He said, I think you need to call, sorry, NISBA lawyer, yes, correct. He said, you need to call SED, you need to say to them, hey, we don't think our building's closed, you know? But this is just one person, you know, so I need to know what everyone else is feeling. When Janelle got on the board, she wanted information whether or not the middle school was open. She's on the same thing. Yes, you didn't vote. You wouldn't tell anybody how you were running when you were running with Brian if you wanted the middle school open or closed. Wanted to wait and see. We wanted information from Sylvia. We were gonna wait for Sylvia. Kathy got on board. Kathy said, I'm gonna research it. I'm gonna get all the information to you. And we're back at the same point again. I don't know what her concept was, if she wanted the middle school open or not, but I mean, I believe that our hands are tied. If they're tied, prove that they're tied. Who tied the knot so we can move on? We did not vote to close that school. That's where I'm at. Well, the attorney is gonna say what? He's gonna say they think the motion was legal. That's still, SED is the one who's telling us the building is closed, not our attorney.
Probably contact SED to find out what is going on.
Well, do you think maybe we should be contacting SED?
No,
Why?
I think we should wait until the attorney comes in.
And then we gotta pass this off to the public to vote on this capital project.
Well,
This is the
so
project.
This doesn't have anything to do with the capital project.
Well, it could be if we are telling them that the school can be open eventually, and then we could do work on it. I don't know. I'm very scared that it's gonna get shut down. If the capital project gets shut down, we're gonna take one heck of a, do we have an idea what we're spent already? Do we have an idea what this is gonna be? I mean, we should have a ballpark idea, and the public should know that. If the capital project does not go through, there's 600,000,
We're
200,000.
definitely out some money.
How much money are we out, and where are we gonna cut it from? You know, are we gonna find at the end of the year, we don't have gas, we don't have diesel, we don't have soccer teams, we don't have track? What's gonna happen, you know?
It's probably not gonna be fuel for buses. We have to have it.
All of our
Mowing our lawns.
current expenses for our attorneys and, I just lost my train of thought. That fee, and then both our construction manager and our architect will charge us a fee for a failed for the work that they have done. And it will be costly.